Hi guys, I'm going to teach you another song. This time a song that's a lot more difficult than previous songs, but still it's only rated on this tab 4.5 out of 5 has been a brilliant tab. Difficulty being 3.5. So yeah, right. The song is Wake Me Up When September Ends by Green Day. Really good song, great to perform live. It all starts on a clean guitar sound. First of all, you're gonna want to put your ring finger, third finger, is it? Yeah, third finger on the 5th fret of your D string, and your first finger, forefinger, on the 3rd fret of your B string. Those two sounds. What you're going to do is your picking pattern is going to be D, G, B. Make sure you're letting that B ring for slightly longer than the others. In the intro, you play that 4 times, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you play it for the first part of the first verse once. Slide your ring finger down to 4th fret of the D. I switch my fingers here so that my ring finger is on 3rd fret still of the B, and my forefinger is on the 2nd fret of D. Then you just leave your ring finger on 3rd fret. Then this is the difficult part to switch to. You hold down your 5th fret on the G and the D, and for the first time also on the B, and then you hold down 3rd fret on the high E. That kind of sound there from the top button. Then you play D, G, and B and E together. Then you take off the B and move down to 4th fret on the B. So you play the B and the E together still though. Back to the start again. Then basically you play that again twice, just that. Then you go into your second verse, which is exactly the same as the first verse, exactly. But the second fill in between the verses changes a bit. You play like this. This is how it goes. So you go on, start the same. Then you go down to the G, D, G, B, G, slide down to 4th on the D, G, B, G. So I'll play that through once more. The fingering is easy, it's the picking on this one. Okay, once more, I'll show you this time the picking. Okay. This third verse is possibly the most difficult verse, and it's different from the other two to remember. You start off on the 2nd fret of your D, and you play the G and the B open. Then you go to 4th and 3rd, that's 4th on the D, 3rd on the B, sorry. Then you go to 5th and 5th on the D and the G, and open on the high E. No, sorry, that's wrong. It goes, yeah, that's fingering, but the picking is D, G, high E, G, D, then 4th on the B. So then you play the same kind of bridge as you played earlier. So that's again 5-0-3-0-4-0-3-0, and then you go back into the verse you just played. This one is slightly different. You start again with the 2-0-0. Sorry. then you go to 403, then you go to 555, 5 across the D, the G and the B, but you pick D, G, B, G, D, B, D, G, B. Okay, so it's just up and down. Then you go back down to the D on the 5th, open on the G, and 8th fret on the B. Then back to the first two verses. Okay, I'll go through those last two little bits in case you didn't get them, just quickly. Okay, so it's 2 on the D, open, open, 403, 550, and then 4th on the B, so sorry, then back to normal, but you're playing that little bridge fill again, which goes, then you play that again, the first 200, and you play 403 again, I'm sorry, then you play 555, and then D, 5th, 0 on the G, and 8th on the B. Okay. Then you go into the 4th verse, which is again like the first two. Then you've got an unusual fill. This is getting to my favourite bit now. You fill in exactly the same as you as at the first two verses. 503. Play that through twice, then you play it another 4 times. After the second time after 4 times of playing the fill, the drums come in with that beat, but you carry on playing the twice more. Right, then light distortion. It says light distortion on here. I put my distortion on my MG10. It is. I've got an MG10. I put it about halfway, and the volume about halfway as well, and you get about the right amount of distortion there. So you start again with 503, but now instead of sounding clean, it should sound. Wait. It should sound like this. Play that twice, and then you play basically the picking of what you did before the first time. So it goes, which is 503, then it goes to 403, then it goes to 203 again, 003, then you're playing a C bar chord, which is bar, everything but the low E at 3rd fret there, and then play the D, G and B bar on 5th fret, like that. You play that for 8 strums in a bar, so use your middle finger then to play on the B 4th fret, so you go to a C minor chord, and then you play G, which is basically bar, basically play the 3rd fret of the high E, the low E, and 5th fret of the A and the D, so you get a 1, 2, 3, 4. Play that 16 times, 8 times per bar, twice, and then you go back to playing the verse again, which is back to the chords, so you're barring and you're playing 5th. Then this time when you're playing that G, you play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then you play it 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, slide down to 4th and 2nd, Then you play an E chord, which is open E and 2nd fret A and D. Play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2nd fret of the A, D and G, 4th fret. Slide up with that shape to 3rd and 5th fret. Play the G on the E string. Slide down. Play that again. Then you slide up to 7 and 5 with that same shape. 7th verse is exactly the same as the first one, so I'm not going to go over that again. You play the same chords, C, C minor, G, slide down again. So on the G, which is this one, 5 and 7th, you go, in fact no, here it's saying play 3 and 5th, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you get to the solo, which are 2 guitars. If you're going to play with the 2 guitars, the 2nd guitar, the backing guitar, plays exactly the same chords as before. So it should go, if you're playing backing, E, B, slide up, G. So just that again. The solo itself though, which is played by lead, is on the 8th and 7th frets of the B and E strings. So 8th on the B and 7th on the E to start off with. 2B, 1E. So what I'm doing there is I'm picking twice B, once E, then once B, once E, slide down on the B so it's 7, 7, up to the 8th on both strings. Then on the B string you play 8, 8, 8, 8, 7, 7, 7, 7. So 8 4 times and 7 4 times. Then you go back to repeat it again. But instead of just playing it, you're going to play 8 8s, 8 7s, 8 8s, 8 7s. So it should go. Then you go back into a fill, which is here, 503. Play that 4 times, okay? Then you go straight back to, I think this is clean here. So turn your distortion off if you've got a pedal, unlike me, you can do that. Then you're going to just play the same as you did at the start. But whenever you get to the chorus, which is Wake Me Up When September Ends, you quickly tap your distortion back on. So, for example, I'll play the 8th verse, it goes... Then you play just the same again. Tap your distortion on, and then play the Wake Me Up When September Ends like so. So you start on a C, then C minor, then G. So, sorry, that's wrong. And then you quickly tap your distortion back off again, and then carry on playing it. Turn your distortion back on, play it again. That is, I think, the whole song, yeah. So you play at the end, you play Wake Me Up When September Ends, the chords, 3 times, okay? 3 times through, and that's it. I hope you have learned something from there. If there's anything you're not sure about, then just write a comment and I'll post you the tab if you want to learn off the tab. Yeah. Thanks, please comment.